Hello and welcome to ComputerCraft. Fucking hell, it's fucking ridiculous how many times I try to record this now. Oh man. Fucking stupid fucking pop-ups. Irritating fucking shit. That's all there is really, innit? Fucking bullshit. So anyway, what we're going to be doing today, I'll go through a lot of it as we, done that correctly? Yeah. Okay, and I'll go through a lot of it. Obviously, I've changed the language here to Lua, and yeah, Lua is actually popular with Roblox. That was the main thing that was actually popular. It was like one of those cool things back in the day. Well, I mean, it's probably still popular amongst certain people, that sort of, but it kind of looks interesting. I guess what is that, like mechanical engineering or something? Probably. But yeah, like I say, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm just going to be going through a lot of stuff we've gone through. Obviously, in the last few episodes, I've done the GPS array stuff. So there was that. This is going to be an actual API. Obviously, with the API, you have to put the API with the APIs, and you have to put the files, with the actual in the programs folder of ComputerCraft. It's going to be interesting to see if I can do that within the launcher, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I've got a fuckload of notes. I've done a decent amount of work for this, so should be all right. We'll see how it goes. So I should get this fucking done. But yeah, I mean, it's all fucking. It gets harder from here, but then again, luckily, Lua is not Java, because Java is just fucking like a million libraries, and there's, well, I mean, Java, I suppose, is more important in a way because it's more used, and I think everything's owned by the Oracle or something. But anyway, so you can see we've initialized. I think we'll find out in a minute that actually the way there's that initialization at the top, the global thing, to actually set values here is not actually correct. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. So you can see the regular fuel function. This is a get location. So as you can tell, interestingly, interesting fact is you wouldn't think perhaps in an API you'd be able to just access the GPS from another API. You would think that fair enough, if you're actually in a regular program, you can call from whatever library you want, whatever API you want. But turns out that you can actually do that from from one API to another. So you can call from one API to another. So you can define one and call from one, initializing one, call from one. You can do whatever you like, really. So whether that's a good thing, I'm not sure, but find out soon enough. Count. Now we're going to do the right turn thing. Now the right turn, for instance, like I say, the overarching thing of this is that the whole point is to be able to control it using the GPS array. That's the whole point of building it, right? So if we want to do this turn right, let's just think about it. Like I say, 0 is north, 1 is east, 2 is south, and 3 is west, yeah? So at the end of the day, there's two things to keep in mind here. The first thing is that that is one thing to keep in mind, that 0 is north, 1 is east, 2 is south, and 3 is west. However, what you also have to consider, the fact is when you're facing it, for instance, you're always facing, whenever you place down that turtle for the first time, you're actually placing it directly in front. It's facing north, yeah, relative to you. But it doesn't actually mean it's facing north. So you have to have facing, but you also have the actual direction. So they're actually two different things. So if we look at this one, yeah, what's going on here, right? So if we look at this, it's like f plus 1 modulus 4, right? So if it's south, yeah, then what we'll do is it will be south, so that's 2, yeah? And then to turn right, it's need to go west. So then it will be 2 plus 1 is 3, which is west. Yeah, but obviously it's not actually like that. It's actually the modulus, right? So it'll be 2 plus 1 is 3, and then 4 into 3 goes 0 times the remainder 3, and that's what we take there. So that's how that works. And yeah, there's a better way to do it, which again we'll do in the next program, which we're going to be doing straight after this one. What I may do is I could just do it all in one file actually, because I've got all the stuff right here anyway, and then I can just I can do some editing in my own time. So that's probably what I'll do actually. It'd be easier because it's not like I'm using the line numbers very much anyway. So all right. So yeah, like I say, it's going to be quite a lot in here. So yeah, And yeah, so I mean, yeah, Lua is certainly an interesting language. It does unfortunately get much harder though. But then again, it doesn't, like I say, it doesn't get as hard as Java, which is fortunate because Java is fucking hard. Yeah, there's no real way of putting that. I mean, yeah, I kind of forgot how to do it on polymorphism really. Hopefully that stuff won't show up here. I don't think it does though. There's not a huge amount of like content. If you look at some of the books, there's not that many books on it. It does seem to be getting more popular nowadays, and there are certain and I know that the relationships between and it probably will get more complicated. But the advantages, I suppose, is that yeah, can I do this reindent thing again? I didn't do anything that time. I guess I was doing it right. The advantages, I suppose, is that it's not okay. So yeah, to do turn left, we go but obviously if it's less than 0, yeah, then it's going to be -1. So then it'll be 3. So it'll be west. So assuming we're starting at 0, it'll be north, and then it'll go -1, and then it'll go west. So north, if we do north and then turn, yeah, and if we turn left, that's the west, isn't it? But this is not actually movement of any kind. Problem is with movement, of course, is that movement is not as simple as this, which is why for this first bit, there's not actually going to be forward and back, because movement is much more complicated. Because movement depends on both the faces and also the actual, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for the word like general, like the game rule, because the game itself is bigger than this. That's what I mean. That's the way to do it. The scope of the game is beyond just ComputerCraft, for instance. But yeah. All right. So I think that's enough for that. Okay. So then, of course, after we do the turns, left turn and right turn, and then possibly when you think about it, there's probably ways to actually for a left turn and a right turn to be basically the same thing. I've also actually heard that you can use trigonometry for this, and you can say like because I can't. I mean, to be honest, I can't actually remember what it was, but I do know that for certain quadrants, this is why a lot of in a lot of geometry stuff we talk of quadrants and stuff like this. For a lot of this sort of stuff, if you take the sine to be, well, actually quadrants is something else. But basically, obviously, the sine and the cosine are going to be certain values in certain quadrants. So it might be possible somehow to say, okay, well, it's this value in this quadrant, but I mean, we're not actually looking at the actual value. The value is of very little importance. We're just interested in the sign, of the result from either the sine or cosine function. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely up for looking at this again because that'd be quite interesting. And what did I have here? Okay, I wanted to do it like that. Yeah. Okay, so we're defining a new variable here, aren't we, inside the up function. I do wonder though why success doesn't have a return value. Oh, I guess it doesn't need one, does it? Yeah, because you don't need a return value, do you, for this? Because you're not going to be calling that return. Because I'm just thinking of the way that you do this. You actually select this stuff inside the program, inside just a regular program. Because obviously in API, you're not actually. It's kind of in some sense removed. All right. So obviously, if you can't get there, obviously, I mean, y equals y plus 1 is pretty obvious, just goes up. But if you can't get there, then you just can't get there. So we'll close the for loop there. Yeah, this is so strange, isn't it? Break, and then end the else, end the for. That is a funny one, isn't it? But I guess it makes sense. Oh well, at least you've got them nice big letters now. I can certainly see what areas I need to build on though. I've always had this thing like, you know, if it should it have a return value, and if it doesn't, why is it not there? You know what I mean? All right. Okay, so I'm gonna sort of do a slight change of pace now, just be a bit more focused on this. Okay. Right, success equals total dot down. Yeah. I suppose it doesn't need one. It's just because I'm looking at the word and I'm thinking it should have one. But if I was looking at I wouldn't think, you know, if it's just a letter, I probably wouldn't even think it. Okay. Alright then. And this is actually fairly similar. In fact, I think it's exactly the same. Alright, so like I say, we're going to do this one and then we're going to move on to the next one. Alright. Okay. The end. Now we're going to do the real API. Okay. Alright. So, the first thing to realize, and I'm going to have to talk about some of the notes I've written here. One of the most important thing to realize about this directional thing is that south, when you go south, as you're traveling south, it's plus the Z is going increasing upwards to, you know, a very high number basically. So Z is tending to high. If you go east, X is tending to high. If you go north, Z is tending to low. If you go west, X is tending to very low again. And obviously the Z is the north-south and the east-west is X. But it makes more sense really to think of it like south-north and east-west as sort of like, because south is going, you know, it's going up, north's going down. So I mean, well, actually no, it doesn't, does it? Because if you think of the number line obviously, yeah, it doesn't actually. So north, you know, north is basically very low. North is is less than 0. You know, but south, that's where the numbers get high. And west is very, very low. So if you think of this on just a regular number line, you know, it's just like west is very low. You know, it could be like, you know, like minus 1,000. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this. And then, but so it's basically like, you know, it's like this basically. And yeah. So that's basically how it works, yeah. The numbers are low. Alright, I should probably get on with this now. Okay, so let's do that. But yeah, this is very, very fucking important, yeah. So I'll start on lines just here, it doesn't really matter. I've got, holy shit. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done one this long actually. I certainly haven't done 2 in this, you know, and I've already done 1. Fucking hell. Fuck you. Yeah, that's the thing. It's important to sort of, you know. One of the things about this is, you know, it's not. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to be doing stupid things like that. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful here because it's going to be very, very easy for me to make a mistake. So I'm going to have to make sure I get everything absolutely perfect. But that shouldn't really be a problem because, you know, and you can see that I mean, I basically, yeah, I mean, that's just another way of just what I just did a moment ago, to say it like that. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, so that's pretty cool. Now, the initialization has to happen on separate lines in Lua. It's a key thing. So that is how you would. This is how you do initialization. So we've got all of them. We've got the 3 and the facing as well. And the facing is obviously very, very important in terms of being able to locate its way to any. And this is the whole point, to actually locate its way to any sort of location. Okay, let's do this very, very quickly. I could just copy and paste it, but why? You know, the more you write these things, the better it is, really. That's the way I see it. Okay. I have written this particular one quite a lot there. Interesting, you can actually turn it off though in the config. And also, there was another item you can turn this fuel off in the config, and there's also another one, enable super turtles, and that default is set to false. So I don't know what that is. I'll probably look into it. I was actually thinking of doing an episode where I looked into this. Okay, here we go. It's got some new stuff now. Now, update location backward. This is quite complicated. This is called a helper function. I believe that's a technical term. Not technical, it's a term which is used in this stuff. Yeah, so it's not accessed outside the API. So yeah, and then the next line, it basically it covers this issue, because you remember you often get error saying, you often get this nil error, and this is basically to deal with that. It has a value of false or if it's nil. Not accessed outside the API, doesn't define the parameter. Okay. I haven't actually, yeah, when I think about it, I haven't actually got as much as I thought I had here. Alright, anyway. Okay. So we're going to be passing the sort of variables through here. Which is kind of interesting. So we're going to see how this goes. Because this is a bit of a problem, really. I will do that. I'll probably do that indentation thing. Oh, I see. Alright, so obviously, yeah, you know, there's probably multiple ways of handling this issue here. This is just the way that we're going to handle it here. Because yeah, I mean, what I was thinking, you know, like, the important thing to understand is that it's not about why, it's about how. How is the most important thing. It doesn't even matter, like, if one solution is better than the other. It really makes no fucking difference. So it's all about how it's done. Yeah. All right, let's just get this bit done. And then I'll speak about it in a moment. I just want to make sure I don't mess up the writing of this. Okay. Good. Okay, so this is really making sure we get the way it's facing correct. Okay. Invalid direction. Okay. There we go. You can see all the lines are putting up there. All right. So if you just look at that, so the factor is there. So if we're facing north, then z equals z minus the factor. All right. So this is trying to sort of compensate for the way that the turtle is facing. All right. Let me just. All right, so we can't quite see what's going on here yet because we haven't written the rest. Let's move on. Okay, so what we're going to do now is actually initialize the location. All right. Tell you something, it's going to be fucking incredible if it works. Okay. And that was what we did in the other episode. All right, and obviously we need to actually open the connection to the satellite. Or well, I suppose it's one way of putting it. Depends how you know, not really satellite, the GPS array. Okay. All right, there they are. Good. And we need to separate the values here because there's no point having them all in the same. And this is much of the program is to actually separate out the stuff. So we've got get x. Okay, let's just very briefly do this then. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the right turn. Now I think it's got a bit more complicated. Now there is a problem here. The problem is if you start at 0, because in the previous program I started at 0, go to 1, and that's just 2 loops, which is bad. You know what? I'm trying to think if a function can. I'm pretty sure a function just has to be one word, doesn't it? Because when I copied this down, I did actually put a space in, but I wasn't sure if that was actually there. I'm going to go for no. There are, to be honest, there's a few things that I'm not sure about, but we'll see. See what happens. Okay. Alright, and like I mentioned earlier on in the video, you can also do it this way. So you can actually take, it's a quicker way of doing it, because if you recall in the first time we did it, oh no, that's exactly the same actually. Great. Oh well. That's that. So appear pretty similar then. Okay, next page. Well, not really next page according to what's going on the screen, but for me it's next page. Okay. So fairly similar stuff going on here. And yeah, this is the difference. This is the thing I was pointing out, but I just pointed out the wrong point. Oh, actually, something else I remembered is that apparently ComputerCraft can't actually access the IDs of blocks directly. So you can't just so it's like that completely changes things. Like if you wanted to do like sophisticated actions, literally it sounds like you just have to put everything in different chests, and just remember what all the chests were and to get it from there. You know, if you had an organized room, so it doesn't actually know the block IDs. It can't just access the block IDs. You know, so you can't just say make block 1000 whatever. You know, I mean that would that would be. I mean, it doesn't just have access to the OR dictionary or any of that stuff. But yeah, so left turn. So you can see that a left turn and a right turn. Yeah, peas in the pod, really. Okay. Okay, up. Now, obviously, we have a difference here. Difference being, so there's difference for all the different directions, really. Well, no, well, I suppose not really the same when you're just turning around, because it doesn't actually use any fuel when just turning around. So it's impossible for a left turn to be the reason why to fail, basically, because no fuel. You can do a left turn even with 0 fuel. I believe that's true. Anyway, I should try it though, but I'm pretty sure it is true. Okay, so we're going over some of the old ground, but it's alright. Okay, so there's that. Which one was that? That was up. Looks alright, I guess. Wow, how many times have I spelled function wrong? Fucking hell, you think I know how to spell it by now? Damn. Damn. Alright here. Yeah, we've done I equals 1. What is this thing? Let me just try this. Oh yeah. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Changing multiple values somehow. I guess that's why they're a different colour. All the stuff is blue and all the... I don't know why turtle dot up... Yeah. Why isn't turtle dot up a different colour? I mean, that's something. I mean, why can't you just load in, get it to do that stuff? Okay, so we're on... Come on, let me see if this thing is actually going to work now. Come on, work. No, I don't want that there. Oh shit. I think this thing's going to be more fucking hassle than it's worth. No, because I want a function on the left. Yeah, that is shit, isn't it? And I think I've probably done it to the whole lot now. Well, luckily it won't make much difference. Oh no, everything else looks fine actually. I think that reindent fold, it only works within the scope of the function that you're in at the time. So I'm going to have to check over this again. Yep. No. Oh, lucky I did check over this because I think I fucked it. Oh, I've really fucked this one. I really just... I must have deleted... I swear I deleted some of them. Problem is you can't actually do any sort of... How do you actually... I wonder what you can actually do with it. You can't just run it through. That's the problem with this stuff. It doesn't actually work. And if you get it wrong, it's not going to tell you anything. That's fucking stupid. It must do that there. Where is that check? I need to look at this stuff. Oh well. Oh well, I probably got it right up to now. Hopefully, anyway. We'll see. I actually kind of prefer doing it in I don't know. That's the thing. I prefer using. To be honest, I've always preferred using not these sort of interfaces, but I kind of know that you have to use this stuff. It's kind of unpleasant, but you know, I mean, this interface I don't like it, but at the same time, you can tell that it's supported by you know a lot of very useful stuff. That's not there. Okay. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Right. All right. It won't take too long to get used to, I suppose. You know, it's just a new thing. And of course, I'm used to use because I mean, what I was saying, I can't remember if I actually said it already in this video, but what I was saying, right, is that the indentation thing is really fucking annoying because if you indent in like every 3 times, because I'm used to just indenting in the 3rd letter each time, but obviously with this, it doesn't do it like that, so it's annoying. I'm just saying that it would be better if languages just would actually have proper indentation rules. You know, I basically, I think I would prefer any language that actually treats white space as an actual thing. You know, it's not like, is that right? I've done something horribly wrong here. I'm not quite sure what happened there. All right. But yeah, it's annoying when that happens though. Alright, let's try and actually get some traction now. Let's go. What's it called? Update location, right? Let me just check. Cool, cool, cool. Wow, this mate, yeah, this is going to be very, very, I don't know. The problem is with this, you really have to do like a lot to get anywhere. There's just literally no other way, which is a bit annoying, but alright. Again! That is fucking so stupid. There's one. C2D. Alright. Going in. This I do not understand. Why is this true, but in the forward it's not true? It's fucking stupid. Alright, here we go now. Shit's about to get real. It'd be very stupid to do this whole lot in one sitting here. Especially when I've already done about several recordings. But I think I might just, you know what, fuck it. And I say that, I'm saying that when there's like an absurd amount still left. So it's probably not the most sensible thing to say here. Alright, so I've got a function called face and the parameter is dir. Okay. And of course we'll do the same thing again. Everything's increasing towards the southeast. Just how it works. It's just the way the world really. All right. Equals 0. And f equals 3. And there's the benefit. Because if you recall, I'm not even going to go to it. If you recall, go back to yeah, which page was it on? There it is. Yeah, the function RT was already built in, so it'll take that. It'll take f plus 1 modulo for. I think you say modulo. Yeah, I've always thought it said modulo there. You say modulo when you're actually using it in a sort of proper context, but otherwise just say modulus. Okay. So here we're really getting to grips with what's actually going on with the facing versus the actual game direction, the overall game direction, the overarching. Why did I say that before? That's a stupid way to put it. What happens there? Not much. All right. Now this bit is interesting. Now we've got comparison. Okay, yeah. So basically, this bit is to ensure you don't go around the loop too many times. Because obviously, if you need to go to like, you know, if you're going to be turning right, you could end up turning right like, if you only just want to go right once, then because of the number, you know, if it's on like 3 already, it's going to go to 0. Um, hmm. 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 Okay. All right then. Then we got a function. We do. All right, and the rest of it is. Well, it's not that simple actually, but it's certainly something different. So everything has really been done now. The only thing is to actually just to fully automate the whole system. Yeah, and I think I am actually going to take a break so that I can come back to this fresh and also with a few more ideas in my head. So yeah, I will come back in a second and yeah. And we're back. Okay. 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 Okay, so we need to get the right facing the right way. So yeah, I really need to actually start remembering this. I should just have it up right here. Yeah, so one is east. So we were cool, yeah. So one, it will be facing east, going positive, so x. So we'll make sure that we get the x coordinate first. Do x, y, and then z. Okay. Now, one of the problems is that if it's not actually facing in the correct direction, sorry, I mean, it will be facing the correct direction, but there may actually be crap in front of it. So that is a problem. So we need to do a while loop, and we say that while it's not equal to x do, so it's not going to be equal to it, and this is actually there, of course. So we do forward here. So if forward returns false, and if we recall earlier on, we did actually we define forward. It's one of the advantages actually of having them all here. Yeah. So we did actually specify the return value for tail.forward. Yeah. Okay. But if the return value is false, then there's going to be a problem because it's just going to get stuck. So then we'll do total.dig. And that will be that. Boom. Okay. Next. Fuck. Function. dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. I guess it's just one of those things, isn't it? Okay. There was no return value here yet. That's just what I was thinking of just before. I'm just talking about return values. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Was that right? Else if y is greater than 2y, then move the sign down to move. Okay, so you can see that these we just assign these things to this new variable called move. Tail.dig down, and that ends the yeah. Okay, so we'll do a similar sort of thing here. Okay, end. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean this is pretty much all there is to it. And it is and it's beneficial in a sense that why does it keep on doing that? Yeah. The only problem with having the font like this is that you can't actually see that much of what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. It's not a huge problem, I suppose. So we can see that Z deals with forward and back. And in other words, north and south. Yeah, I mean it's certainly not that intuitive, but that's just how it is, really. Okay. And there are certain complications which I'm sure I'm missing. Yeah. But again, it's one of those things. Why do you keep on telling me this shit? Yeah, I did actually put the spell checking thing on. I'm probably regretting doing that. I could always remove it though, because to be honest, I don't tend to spell words wrong, so it might not be that useful for me really. So that ends the if, that ends the while, and that ends the function. And I ended the previous if before. And then we basically we put them all here in together. 2y. And then this will basically, this should do it. So what I'm going to do now, I think, let's just finish off this, like so. This is it, yep. Okay, and then I'm gonna go out to Minecraft. I'm gonna transfer this into the API folder, and then we should see obviously this message come along, and then I'll just do some brief testing, and then that'll be it for the episode, I guess. So yeah, one sec. Okay, so we're gonna end off the video here. If we can look at pretty much, you can see in the turtle it says loaded T API, which means it's basically worked, and it's gonna say it all over the place. So yeah, I've literally just put it in I've just put it in the folder, and just if we go to ROM, how do you actually, wow, I don't know where it is then. I put it in with turtle. I think that's where it is. Yeah, there it is. It's so funny. I don't know why I find it funny to see that. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Alright, it's probably alright. Alright, well, you know what? I'm not sure. I'm sure it's not that difficult to see it. To be honest, I just want to do this now. I'm happy that it's actually come out with this stuff. So yeah, let's think about how we're going to do this. We've got one more page of stuff I need to do, which is this page here. Okay. Alright, so we've got the... Yeah, I don't think the nighttime has anything to do with this stuff, but it might do. Alright. So we need to go back to the Lua command line, and we simply do this. I think. And where are we? I'll do -700, -700, and then -300, and then high up. I don't think you leave a space there. Okay, well, I don't know if this is going to work, to be honest. This is doing something, eh? Because it's getting the Z first. Oh, because it moves the X and Z before the vertical movement. So wait a minute. So when we get to 300, it's not that far away, I suppose. Oh, it's just before the water as well. Oh shit, what did I... What's going on all the way over here? Well, I'm going to have to review this, I guess. I wonder how far it's going to go. Probably very, very far. It just seems to be going in a fucking straight line for now. Did I do something? I have a feeling that I did it the wrong way around. Oh wait, it just... This has got enough fuel. I think so anyway, yeah, it should do. Had over 1,000 fuel, it's not going that far. I can't actually remember the coordinates I just typed in though, unfortunately. I'm going to need to look at this again. Something's clearly gone wrong here. Okay. Wow. Well, the Y coordinate seems alright. Not sure about the rest though. And here I am in a seemingly random place. Well, at least the Y coordinate's correct. Anyway, yeah, that is all for now. I'm gonna have to look into this more. Something's clearly gone wrong with the X and Z. But yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I'm sure I probably just typed something wrong. But yeah, that's all for today. So thanks for watching.